Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, Head Currency Analyst. In this video I'm going to be taking you through the Forex market wrap. We're going to highlight some of the news this week as well as some of the charts that we took a look at in our week ahead analysis video. So I'm going to kick it off with the news this week. Everything was really focused around the US dollar. We can see that it kicked off with the ISM manufacturing PMI numbers as well as the JOLTS job openings, which actually caused quite a stir in the market. We didn't expect it to cause such a problem, but because it came in and beat estimates, I think we started to see a little bit of dollar strength coming into the markets. It was then followed by the FOMC meeting minutes, which basically said that the Fed are likely to stay flexible when it comes to rates due to the inflation rate at the moment, and they're going to need to see some downside in employment figures. We then had another shock in the market with the ADP non-farm employment change came in above estimate, so it beat the revised 182 figures and came in at 235, which was a little bit of a shock to the market, and the dollar strengthened off the back of that once again. It was then followed by a little bit of a pause until sort of the average hourly earnings came in, where we saw a rejection to the downside. We had the average hourly earnings coming in softer at 0.3%. We also saw a fall in the jobs number to 223 after a revision of 256 previously. The only positive was that the unemployment rate came down to 3.5%. So off the back of that news, as well as the ISM services, which came in at below 50 at 49.6, the dollar actually continued to weaken going into the end of this week. Looking at the dollar index then, what does that mean? Well, we pretty much stayed within this trading range of the 103 spot 50 and the 105 spot 50 handle, which we did discuss this week, saying that if we were to see price rally from the 103 spot 50, 105.50 was the target. If, however, it traded through that, then we could look for options to the 107 spot 75 handle. However, price staying within this trading range leaves us with a little bit of doubt as to what the direction for the US dollar could be going into this year, and I'm expecting possibly another week of choppiness out of the US dollar until we get a solid direction, which would be a break out of this range and possibly a move to the downside or possibly a move to the upside. Moving on to the next chart of interest then. So we talked about pound US dollar this week. Again, we eyed up the range between the 1 spot 21.25 handle and the 1 spot 2 handle, and suggested that if we were to break to the downside, we should look for some downside opportunities, and if we broke to the upside, we could look for some long opportunities. However, although we broke to the downside, we did come back within the range before seeing another move out of it, and now it looks like we're going to be back within the trading range and moving higher due to that dollar weakness and due to the fact that the dollar index is going to stay within that trading range. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with pound. Pound was a weaker currency this week across the board, so it'd be interesting to see how it plays out going into next week. Dollar yen was also on the radar. We were looking to see how price would react to previous highs as well as this trendline resistance. We were looking to see if price would close below 131, and if it did, could when we see 126 spot 50. But that didn't happen. Instead, price rebounded from the 131 handle, but we have found resistance at these previous highs as well as this trendline resistance coming through here. So if that's going to continue, we could see 131 tested again. A breakthrough 131 would invite some selling pressure down to the 126 spot 50 handle. Finally then, pound yen was one to watch. I like the idea early in the week of getting short down to 157. That played out really nicely early in the week. I think we had, at least 180 pips down to that area, which played out fairly nicely. Price then broke below, but then closed back above. And 157 is a really nice level to look at. We've got all this resistance here and support, so really nice level. And we've also got price trading within the range up to the 168 spot 25 handle. So If price closes like this, it could suggest that we're going to see a move back to the highs of the range potentially. So definitely one to watch there for pound yen if we do get that successful close. So I hope you enjoyed the videos this week. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more of our Forex trading content, and I'll speak to you in the next video.